Hi guys, and welcome back to Bovine Budgeting. So this week is the first week of my new format where I'm going to be doing a video each week. The first week is going to be sinking funds, which is what today is, and then next week is going to be my savings challenges. I do still have one in here that I have to stuff though, so that's why it's out. But yeah, let me just really quickly run through what I bought last week. So I got paid. I spent $110 on therapy. I spent $1 on a Slurpee. I didn't have any food to take to work, so I bought food at work, which was $18.90. I got some Nando's. Spent $1.50 on a Slurpee. I spent $35.95 on some gifts. I bought these really, they're hideous. I would love to put in a picture, but my friend who I bought the gift for is watching this video, so I will show you guys a photo when in America. When I finally get to America, I will show you a photo. Oh my gosh, that was a really loud notification. Hang on. I'll just mute that, sorry. I will show you a photo when I get to America and try on the shirts. They're hideous. I spent another $1 on a Slurpee. I spent $20 on a Jesmonite mold and some colouring for the Jesmonite. I spent $33.10 at a drive-through, the GYG drive-through. I got paid back $16. My friend reimbursed me for that. What did I do? I spent $100 on tithing. Can't speak. This fortnight I paid the tithing to pay the rent because it was the 26th of January. And so I figured it was only appropriate to pay it to an Indigenous charity on that day. Then what did I spend? $10.50 on the chemist. I spent $16.60 at Coles getting some groceries. I spent $16.90 again at the chemist, and I spent $27.35 on groceries. That was a big shop, that one. But yeah, let us get. Oh no, not started. Hang on, one more. So $281.35 was necessary spending. $69.05 was not strictly necessary. $42.40 was not necessary spending, and $55.50 was on eating out. That was a lot this week. I did, to be fair, of that, I got about $16 back, so what is that, like roughly $40, but that's still not, I don't want to be spending $20 on my work lunches, so I'm going to try to cut that down again. I was doing really well with food. About the last month, I did really well, so I'm going to try to keep that going. I'm just going to pop that to the side. Woohoo! So I've got my two binders here, and this week I'm going to have $150 to stuff. The only problem is going to be breaking this up in smaller denominations. I'm so considering getting an ANZ bank card just to transfer my money and then like take it out of the ATM, because no ATM lets you pick the notes except ANZ ATMs, and only if you have an ANZ bank card, which I don't have. I'm with ING. So I don't know what to do. I don't know. So hopefully I can swap it. But I've got a rough idea of how I want. Oh, I have a new challenge as well. Where did it go? I swear I put it right there. Oh my gosh, it's on the floor. Hang on. There we go. I got another one. I'm sorry. I keep making challenges. I need to actually start stuffing challenges. This one is for art supplies. So I'm going to be saving for some Jesmonite. And what Jesmonite is like a little, it's kind of like a stone resin. So it kind of is a mix between concrete and plaster is what it feels like, but it behaves like resin. And I really want to get some and start making some Jesmonite creations. I loved it. That was what I did the class on with my friend, and it was amazing. And so I definitely want to get into it more. So I think I don't want to save too much for it. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 20. That's 28. So if I do, each one is $5, then that is 140. Okay, honestly 140 still feels like a lot. But 70 would be too little. Okay, now I'll do $5. If I do 2, hang on. No, that would still be 60. Okay, no, we'll do $5 each. But I'm not going to be stuffing it today. but I've just got it. But that's my new challenge. I'm going to pop that at the back, and then I'll go through this binder properly. But just going to, oh, hang on, it's out of frame. There we go. Just going to pop that one in here. Ta-da! Okay. Let's go. So the first thing we have to do, of course, oh my gosh, where is my, 1 second. I am very, very stupid and forgot. Can you see my shadow? It's me getting up to get my textures, which I forgot. If I'm starting to do this weekly, there should be no more excuses for forgetting things. These are my textures. So today, Saving Siblings, it's Alonzo, who is $35. So now I have to figure out how to get $35. Do I have a 15 in here I could take out? That would be really helpful. No, I've got a 10. Okay, well, that's fun. Gonna have to figure out how to swap a 50. $20, $30, $40. Nope. Oh, I'm seeing some 5s. That's promising. No, it's not. This is ridiculous. I cannot stand that. And my bank doesn't have branches, and even the ones with branches don't have. That's 40. Am I gonna find anything? Bugger me. What am I gonna do? Okay, ooh, 5s. I see 5s. I see 5s. 15. Oh my gosh. Okay, what I need to do is figure out if I can swap. I knew I'd have limited options. I didn't know I'd have literally no options. Let's see if I can figure out like a swap it for like a 10, 20, 50. Oh my gosh. $30, $40. What's this? Gifts. Was I going to add anything to gifts? Okay, this actually will work because oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I've got this giant list of what I wanted to put where. Oh my, can you even see? You can't even read it. Hang on, let me move it down. I'll move Alonzo down. Thank you, Alonzo. This is the rough thing I wanted to do. So, even though it breaks my wanting to do the Saving Siblings first, it's necessary. So, I needed to put $10 into gifts. This is gifts. I'm going to take out $40. I'm going to put in a 50, which means $10 to gifts. Yay! I'm just gonna, yeah, maybe I really do need to get that ATM card because this is ridiculous. I keep getting 50s and I keep getting no small notes. Okay, then I can swap. Hang on. Got some 5s. There we go. I got 2 5s here. So I'm going to swap one of the 10s for 2 5s. Okay, now everyone can pretend they didn't see that, and let's all just collectively pretend that Saving Siblings is first. Oh my gosh, let's start with Saving Siblings. So that one is $35 this week for no, not for Corinth. That's Corinth. That is Alonzo. Beautiful. This is my Saving Siblings challenge. It's linked down below. It is free. I've also got a small denominations one if you prefer to stuff with small denominations, but it's all good. The big one saves up 30. No, it doesn't save up 35. It saves up $400, I believe. 20, 35, $35 into Saving Siblings. Yay! Okay. Next one we're going to do is put that away and move to the big challenges. Okay, I want to put $10 to groceries. I can't do that yet. $30 to eating out. Can't do that yet. Yeah, okay, so actually I'll just go through my envelopes and we'll stuff what we can and then go back. Eating out is going to get some money, but I haven't got it. Clothes, it's getting nothing and I can't swap anything. Gifts is going to get $10, but I've got nothing. Groceries, health is getting 10. Okay, oh, hang on, maybe. 20, 35. Seriously? Car, not getting anything. Wish farm is for a nose piercing, that's not. Oh, 20, 40, 50. I didn't see that last time. I feel very silly. That's all good. It's not getting anything, but I'm just going to swap the notes so I can stuff this better. Thank you. Headphones, not getting anything, but it does have some 5s that I might need to. Actually, no, I don't need 5s. I don't need 5s. I'm all good. This is saving for concert tickets or any sort of like a musical, a theatre production, a play, a movie ticket, anything like that. Right now I take it out of eating out because I view it as like an entertainment type category, but I'm hoping to build this up so I don't need to. Tax prep course. My last video goes into this more, but basically I am taking a course and I paid it. I took the money out of my savings account to pay for it, so I'm paying myself back. This one I can probably do because it is getting $20. That is good. I'm just going to straight up put a 20 in there. And that will have to be 70. So, most of the ones in this binder I'm not actually colouring in. Oh my gosh, I just realised now it's been wonky this whole time. I'm so sorry. Is that better? I hope that's better. I'm so sorry. Whoopsie. I'm going to do, each one of these is 10, so that's 20. And I'm paying myself back because I keep not stuffing any of the sinking funds, and that's how I get into trouble. So that's why I've broken it up. So I've done the 20 for tax prep course. I wanted to put $30 to Sent with Love, which is this one. Okay, I might just do the... So if I put in a 50 and I take out a 20, that's like putting in a... That's like putting in 30. Yeah, that makes sense. This one was for a concert ticket that I bought not a concert ticket, sorry, a musical ticket that I bought a friend. And yeah, once again, didn't have the money, so I took it out of savings, which is the exact kind of thing that cash stuffing is meant to avoid. So I'm a little annoyed that I messed up twice in the same week, but it did teach me a very valuable lesson, which is that sinking funds are important. You cannot just stuff, you can't just stuff savings challenges and all the fun things. You have to actually be prepared. So this is another one that I'm trying to stuff every week so I can pay it back to myself. It's not massively urgent because at the end of the day, I have the money in there. I'm not going to buy a house next. Oh, that's terrible. Do you see that colouring job? That's ridiculous. Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't absolutely desperately need to, but I don't want to get in the habit of it. So I'm going to really try hard to pay this back. Whoopsie. And then my Jesmonite one. What do I got? That was Sent with Love. 30. Now we can go back and actually properly stuff these. Eating out this week is going to get 30. I'm hoping that I actually know, because I'm going to go see a movie, and I think the ticket's going to be 25, so I'm going to have to be very, very budget conscious. I'll probably bring my own food and snacks and that. I don't like to buy... I love popcorn. That's a lie. I love popcorn, but I don't like buying all the snacks at the movies because they're so expensive. But yeah, need be, I take it out of groceries, and with groceries I take it out of eating out. I sort of swap them back and forth. I need 2 10s. Do I have 2 10s? Oh. Okay, there goes my genius plan. Yeah, I definitely am going to have to, because I've tried to take it out at the bank, so at the post office before, but the post office doesn't like me taking money out. They don't like me very much there. Okay. I just keep going back and forth through the same envelopes. I don't know what else to do. Oh, I've got 2 5s. So if anything else, no, they're all 50s. Got 3 5s. Okay, I think I might be switching up my plan. Probably unrealistic to only put $30 to eating out, so I'm going to put $40 to eating out. I'm going to put $10 to groceries, and then $5 to health. That's not ideal. It's not what I planned for, but it's all I can do when I don't have half the notes that I need. So, I'm going to do this. And yeah, I'm going to figure out how I can get smaller notes next time, because that is ridiculous. But all good. That's what cash stuffing is. It's making it up on the fly sometimes. Okay, let's have a quick overview of what is in my envelopes. I've got $40 in eating out. I've got $30 in clothes. I have got $50 in gifts, $10 in groceries. Gosh, I don't even know how much that is. $140. No, sorry. $140 in health. $230 in car. Oh, we'll go this way. $50 in nose piercing, $15 in headphones, no money in Admit 1, $70 in tax prep course, $60 in Sent with Love, which is the IOU for the theatre tickets, no money in Jesmonite. And, oh my gosh, next week we've got $30 due to Saving Siblings, and that will be it. So, oh my gosh, I'm looking at this upcoming one. It's like 2 more pay periods. And so not the next pay period. The pay period after that is $40. Yikes. But no, that is all. That has been all for today. I'm so sorry that half of it was taken up by trying to figure out what notes to use. But yeah, no, that has definitely... I'm going to figure out how to open an ANZ account, because that's ridiculous. I hope you all had a very lovely day. And yeah, it's still boiling hot in Melbourne, but Hope that wherever you are, it is nice temperature. And all good. I will see you next week in my new video. Bye!